Okay. What's up, Jordan, man? How's it going? Morning. Guys woke up to see what's in the mail. I don't know if you all can see, but there is... What's up, Joel? There's a lot of... It's like half the mail to go through right there, so... It's going to be a lot of stuff. Trust me, it's not this is not how early I like to get up at all. Especially now that we're on the East Coast time. And this is going to be a pain to go through, trying to open all this stuff up, but we'll go through it as quickly as we can. There's going to be a hodgepodge of stuff. Ooh, what's this? Did this come in? Oh, nice. I got 2 of these. This is what makes this so hard to open up, is this packaging. Otherwise, I'd fly through this stuff, but it's just this nonstop. Jordan, did you make any other big show trades at the show? Or any sales? There we go. This one's pretty nice. This is a Mickey Mantle jersey. So all of this mail is since the middle of July. So this goes all the way back to, I want to say mid-July, late July. So about 2 to 3 months-ish. Hoping that we run into a string of stuff here that is easy to open. Because this is what takes forever. It's not as fun either. Come on. Thank you. And there's no way I'm going to open all this stuff within the time frame, because I'll have to start working remotely here in about an hour and a half. So my plan is to go like an hour and a half. So we'll open up and see how much stuff we can get. But otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Look at this. This is 50 cents. I paid more than 50 cents for that. I am very excited for $18 right now. This could not have been timed perfectly, literally, because this is gonna save me probably $4,000 on submission fees, because it was $22 a card. Now it's down to $18 a card, and I've got quite a bit, like 600, 700, 800 cards ready to send in, so it'll save me quite a bit of money. Just in that $4 like reduction. Morning, Adam. Nice, man. Made one F1, but yeah. For those of you who watch the channel, I went to the Vegas show this past weekend, and Jordan was there also. So he's a local Phoenix guy as well, but overall, pretty disappointing show. I'm going to do a recap on that, but basically, let's see, Saturday morning, woke up in Phoenix, flew to Vegas, did the show, came back to Phoenix, woke up the next day, and flew now all the way to Kentucky at like 5 a.m. So it feels like I've been on the road nonstop. So that's why I kind of look like crap today. And it's why I'm in a different environment. This one is cool. This is really, really nice. So this is a Kobe Shaq dual jersey. So you're going to see a lot of different stuff. What's up, Vesture Man? Morning. How's it going? There's going to be a lot of stuff in this mail day that's a lot different than what I typically buy. It's going to be a lot of unique stuff. So you're going to see football cards. You're going to see a lot of Aaron Judge. You're going to see a lot of stuff like this. So like Mickey Mantle jersey, things like this. I mean, this is already a good representation of what this mail day is going to be like. So there's going to be a lot of this stuff pretty much scattered everywhere. So let's keep going. This one's a little thicker. Let's see what we got. Oh, wrong Jordan then. different Jordan. Okay, you're in Arkansas? Okay. Didn't know that. Razorback. Oh, what we got here? We've got a mail day with some cash. I think that may be for shipping, because I think I didn't, he gave me a refund on shipping here. I've never seen that before. That's kind of cool. So these are really, really nice. Albert Pujols E-Tops rookies. These are hard grades. Very, very, very difficult grades. But pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. And if they do pop as gems, those actually do really well. So let's set up those over here so everybody can see. What all we got here? Nice. Nice little Mike Trout. Jersey. Not bad. Man, this is going to be a fun break, but this is a lot of work. It is a lot of work opening up a lot of this stuff. Gonna be stuck here for a while. All right, 3 Aaron Judge Bowman Chrome. So these, if those have been following the Aaron Judge market, these were right around, I want to say 300 to 350 as PSA 10s as soon as Judge hit his 61st and 62nd home runs. I think they pulled back maybe a little bit in the market here recently, but yeah, man, Judge stuff is still en fuego. On fuego. Oh, these are always fun to open. You know, sometimes this packaging is just a little unnecessary. Maybe. I'm biased though, because I got too much of it to open. Let's see, what are these? Good gosh. Oh, I know what these are. A lot of game used jerseys from, yeah, these are good. These are pretty solid. All right, I have to get my garbage bag here in a second. So, these are like very, very early King Griffey Jr. Game used. So, lots of Upper Deck jerseys, dual bats. I think, yeah, I got all these from the same seller. There's a quad in here, which is pretty nice. A couple extra laps in the pool never hurts. That's right, man. Never. Get that workout in. Griffey quad. Can't see with some of the tape. MVP jersey. And then another MVP jersey. So I sometimes started to gravitate towards a little bit. I like the early game use stuff that's out there. Thought it was just something different with the market being the way that it is just trying to get things that are a little bit more safe in terms of pickups. So like early chrome stuff of like Bonds and Griffey, things that aren't as speculative, which has kind of been most of the purchases recently. I mean, if it's ultra modern stuff, it's just very, very speculated right now, overprinted. So you're going to see a lot of early 2000s, maybe even some 90s stuff in here, which is kind of nice. So let's see what all else we got in here. Another Aaron Judge. This is his 3rd year X-Fractor. So the reason why I buy this type of stuff, again, is this is like a $10, $15 card. PSA 10s. I mean, I think Judge is probably going to be more collected now moving forward. So second year and third year Topps Chrome, even like the X Fractors, I think those are things that are probably going to be like 100 to 120 in PSA 10s. So not a bad idea to just go ahead and start getting a couple of those while they hit the market and see what we can do with it. Nice, Dwayne. Early, yeah. 90s refractors, yep. There should be a couple of those in here that I've got, so it sounds like we got some similar taste. What made you go the baseball route lately, especially 90s, if you don't mind me asking? And kind of, what's everybody else buying? For those who are in the chat, anything that you guys are buying that's a little bit different than maybe what you're seeing here? This one, we got a Pujols Topps Pristine. So Topps Pristine this year really got me on a kick of trying to go back and get some of the early Topps Pristine game use stuff, which a lot of that stuff's pretty clean. No, I don't swim, Dwayne. I hike and I bike and I run and I just do the traditional gym stuff, and that's enough. There's no way that I can squeeze in another activity, I don't think. This little activity tracker helps keep me honest too, which is nice. Dang, got a lot of these. I think it's like a third one. Let's go ahead and get... Yeah, so for those of you who just joined, this is all a mail that I'm going to have to go through here. And it's going to be a while. It's going to take a long time. Oh, nice though. Basketball. What type? Modern, like ultra modern? Some of the rookies, or let's see. Safer. Oh yeah, Dwayne targeting collectors. Yep, same thing, man. Same thing. For those of you that just, I guess, tuned in, I went to the Vegas show this past weekend, and it's crazy. I'll do a recap on the show, but there's really not a lot of tables out there, and the tables that target collectors, I think, do very, very well because it stands out as opposed to, you know, the other tables that look the exact same as everything else out there. So if you're able to just get stuff that is targeted to collectors, especially right now, I mean, the pain in the markets, I think, is going to keep going, man. Whether it's cards, stocks, real estate, everything. So being able to get something that's going to be a little bit more buffered as we move forward, I think is going to be safe. And, you know, the speculative stuff is the first stuff to go down. So getting stuff to go to target collectors, I think that's the way to go. And of course, grading. I mean, grading is going to be a way to build in some good savings, like immediately. Like this card, if this is a PSA 10, which very high gem rate, you know, you buy these for 30, 40, 50, you get them graded. You know, they were 350 a couple weeks ago. If they're down to 250, 200, 150, 100, you're still a little bit safe, even as things keep going down. So, man, without grading, I don't know if I would put my money really in a lot of stuff right now. I mean, I would be holding on to cash if it was just me, but... There we go. Now we're starting to get some Topps Pristine stuff. There's going to be a lot of Topps Pristine. A ton of stuff. So, John Smoltz, this is like the lowest end of the Topps Pristine stuff that I've got. Let's see. JR, trying to get 90s Griffey inserts, but man, this stuff is super expensive. Totally, man. Yeah, even the autographs. If you've seen like the autographs or patches, I mean, some of those like Cincinnati Reds autographs back in the day, those used to be like $20 and $30 Griffey autographs. I've been trying to buy some of those whenever they pop up, but it's almost like, dude, that's going to be impossible. This is like so gunky. I can't get that out. I'm not going to fight that. Those things are like $100 now, just for like basic, like run-of-the-mill autographs from Griffey. It's almost like Griffey, he was always collected, and people just kind of took him for granted as new things came up throughout the years, but that card that one almost came out. It did come out a little bit, but luckily she's still safe. So that's all that matters. Yeah, it's Griffey stuff has just slowly climbed. As everybody else has just kind of gone away over time, Griffey's just slowly ascended. And just, you know, because he's a safe bet, and a lot of people collect him. So Dwayne goes crazy high and just watched 99 finest gold refractor on eBay ending tonight. Yeah, I saw that on eBay. Yeah, I think I was watching it. I didn't want to get it just because I figured it's probably been looked over for grading, but I mean, that's the type of stuff I think it's still okay to buy. Like that, those are good cards to get because they're highly collected, and that stuff doesn't pop up that often. I mean, there's 100 of them, huge collector base. I think that's good stuff. Let's see. So Hushroom, did you spend 100K on cards? So all of this is not all of it. So this is half. Like I'm gonna do this in multiple parts, but this is about half of the mail over the past 2 months, and it's right around, my cost is around $60,000 in terms of out-of-pocket expense. Post grading, it should be about 100 to 105,000. Which one is this? This is the Asia red parallel. So yeah, looking at about over 100 grand in terms of post grading stuff. That's just got to get through a lot of this stuff to open it up. That way you all can see it. Yeah, Giannis. I would say Giannis and Steph. Those are, and to some extent Nikola Jokic, Dwayne. I like. I bought 2 of his autographs recently from the new Optic. So really looking forward to getting those in. So I think he's more of a safe bet because most people who go after him are collectors, which is kind of nice. I don't know, it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, I kind of put my money where my mouth is when it comes to cards. But right now, if you're into cards, this is a very, very dangerous time to be in cards. I mean, it's kind of been not that great for a while, just because, I mean, even if you just go to card, look at this tape. Come on, guys. Come on, people. Don't tape up cards like that. And don't package them up like that. Now I'm going to have to fight these errands to get them out. Come on. But yeah, it's been hard with cards because things are just slowly going down, like 1 to 2%, sometimes more in aggregate per month. So you're constantly trying to fight upstream to stay ahead. But you know, I'm still confident that I can do it, especially over the next couple of months. Maybe if we make it to spring break or spring training season and everything is still okay, we can get a nice little spring training boost for baseball, which is always a nice time to sell baseball. Okay. This is kind of cool doing this on the channel just because it's almost, I don't break wax. This is about the closest thing I get to breaking wax, where it's like, okay, what's coming out of the pack? This time it's like, what's coming out of the bubble mailer? I love these bazookas. Big thing you have to look at is left to right centering. This one's not perfect left to right centering, but still, like maybe $100, $150 card as a PSA 10. Pretty safe floor as a PSA 9 too, now that people are collecting them. Let's see. So this is all my mail. So let's see what else we got in here. Not mine, not mine, not mine. Bank statement, bank statement. All right, I think that's it, except for this small little package. Let's see what's in here. Yeah, we've got so many of these to go through, man. This is so daunting. So daunting. Oh, this is gonna be a long process. Chipper Jones. Yes, I've got a couple of Chipper in here. I've got I think a Chipper red refractor autograph in here somewhere, number to 5. Oh yeah. Yep, so Joker's a good buy. Oh yeah, so this is nice. Got a couple of these coming in. Whether or not Trevor pans out, I don't know. He looks like he's okay. I wouldn't pay a ton of money for his stuff, but again, this is kind of a low risk play. Buy this, get it graded. PSA 10s are still relatively inexpensive. So, all right, let's see what else. More than likely, I'm not going to be able to open a lot of this, everything on camera, because as I'm working and have breaks, I may just try to pop open some of this stuff, and I can do recaps for the next part that I do. But there's just too much crap here, man. There's a lot of stuff. Okay. So this is a Cedar Young Guns hockey. Again, this is what takes so long, is getting the tape off. So these PSA 10s above, what, 250, 300, 400. I haven't checked the most recent prices, but he seems like one of the big guys of the latest Upper Deck set to go after. So, and it's also a little bit of an easier grade. Come on, people, stop packaging so well. You're all doing such great jobs. Yep, Giannis safe bet for sure. Biggest pickup in this mail day. I think it's supposed to get what's probably going to be in one of these boxes. So I've got a stack of the eBay boxes here. So those are the ones that go through eBay Authentication. And there's a couple scattered out in here too. Like here's one that's going to be eBay Authentication. So those are probably going to be the big ticket items. I think one of the better cards I have is going to be a dual autograph Griffey Ichiro from Topps Pristine. But there's going to be a bunch of stuff like that. Like I have 3 or 4 Aaron Judge autographs. I've got 2 Trout autographs. Gosh, I can't even think. Those are some of the big ones off the top of my head that are in here. And some of these I'm going to end up building some PSA orders for a break. So I do want to do a group break for PSA and just have it be something that, like I talked about in one of my previous videos, maybe do a 50 card order or a 100 card order and have it be a break where maybe it's a specific theme. I have a ton of like I think I have 3 Ty Cobb memorabilia cards. Like game use bats, game use jersey, game use pants. I've got Honus Wagner, game use bat. More Mickey Mantle stuff, Ted Williams, Roberto Clemente, Joe DiMaggio. So it's going to be a kind of a hodgepodge of stuff here. It's Tom Brady. Again, PSA 10s for this, around 200. These have started to crater a little bit. So this stuff, this mail is from August. So if there's anything wrong with these cards, I'm kind of screwed. I missed my window, right? Dude, I do not remember buying this. Dang. All right. As soon as I say that, I gotta hold on to this bubble mailer because I may have got the wrong card. Maybe. So it's usually what I do. I know it sucks for the sailor because I don't really open my stuff on demand, but I really don't remember buying that card. This one's nice. Very nice. Aaron Judge rookie. It's a mini Ginter parallel. Yeah, so this box here is going to be it's about a month and a half old in terms of purchases, so I can't even remember what some of this stuff is. There we go, McGuire autograph. So there's going to be a lot of that type of stuff. I think I may have like 4 or 5 of these in various colors coming in. Ooh. So I'm going to be in Kentucky for a week, but by the time I get back, I already have one PSA mail day that's sitting there it's not waiting for me, but it will be waiting for me. 144 card order. I didn't look at the grades, but I did some calculations, and it's going to be an 87% gem rate on a value order. So I'm pretty happy about that. Got a good grader. So whenever I get back, I'll break that one probably next Monday, I hope. This one's nice. So this is a Tanti Ginter. This is like the glossy parallel. So pretty cool card. It's nice. I gotta get some coffee. I was stopping at McDonald's earlier this morning and get me some iced coffee. Wake up a little bit. Oh. Let's see. Been buying Young Guns, but most sailors are in Canada. Yeah. I don't mind the Canadian sailors actually, and I think the vetting part for them, because apparently it's difficult for them to send stuff in to get graded. I feel like a lot of them they're kind of like old school collectors, so a lot of them may not grade all that much. It's kind of nice. So I actually like buying from it. It takes forever to get your cards, but I mean, here I am. Time clearly isn't that big of an issue for me whenever I'm only opening my mail once every couple months. So Topps Pristine MJ. These PSA 10s are still holding strong a little bit. Let's see. Dwayne, let's see. I feel baseball still has large. I agree. Baseball by far has the largest collector base. By far. And I don't see that changing. Everything else just feels like it's a speculation thing. Like, you can see it with the NFL rookies today. Like, I mean, y'all, hopefully everybody watched Sunday football yesterday. I mean, Josh Allen had a great day. I mean, I guess Jalen Hurts had a good day because his team's undefeated still. But, I mean, there's not a lot of good quarterbacks out there that are having great days. I mean, let's see. Oh, it's not there we go. That's the card I want. The other one's freebie. Blaze Jordan, Speckle Refractor. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of speculation out there. Basketball, kind of the same thing. I mean, let's see. Man, looking at this guy making money. Trying to make some money. Is this Blake? Blake, is that you? You jumping in here? Made it back to Kentucky, man. So if you've got a couple of cards you want me to send off for you, I can do it. Let's see. There's money to be made, not 10x. Yeah, I agree. You can't 10x stuff right now. But I think if you pick stuff wisely, you can still do okay. I mean, even this, like Otani X Fractor, this is like second or third year Otani X Fractor. So that's clearly going to be something that a lot of people want to collect because Otani is a very collected player. I mean, he will continue to be a collected player. What are you specking on for basketball right now? So, Blake, I'll give you my tips. Man, I've been buying a bunch of Cade Cunningham, especially like his Revolutions, Prisms, things like that. He's probably been one of the few guys that I've bought. I got a couple of Jalen Green optic cards also, and optic parallels. So those are kind of been my buys that I've been going after. Let's see, what's your go-to McDonald's breakfast? Man, that was easy. Sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle all the way, baby. Sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle all the way. Which one? What do you got? That's actually a good question. What's everybody's go-to breakfast at McDonald's? So J-Rods, these are awesome cards to go after just because, again, they grade so easy. As long as they are centered, these things are gem mint, and they did not print the heck out of these because that was a Topps online exclusive. So anybody wants some cheap J-Rods on the down low, that's the one to go after. For sure. Yep. Yeah, so Quentin Byfield, I don't know what got me onto him. I think it was just he was supposedly the #2 pick. He got hurt, so he couldn't play. I was reading a lot of publications were saying, hey, if there's a breakout candidate for somebody who comes back, he was kind of one of the guys that people listed. So seems like he didn't have a lot of talk or hype going around. That's still good. All right, so still have some Bowman Sapphire purchases coming in. So Worming, I don't even know how to say his name, Bernabel. I have a ton of his stuff. Man, I'm just like skipping over some of these bubble mailers because like some of these things, I can tell they're going to be a bear to open up. It's not going to be fun. So let's move these over here just so that people know that I've actually opened some cards. Let's see. Yep, some more Big Mac. So this one is a Mark McGuire autographed gold refractor. Is that gold or orange? This is an orange refractor, number 25. Let's see. Steak egg. Yeah, no, man. Why did they get rid of that? Dude, the steak, egg, and cheese bagel, that was the go-to. I remember in undergrad, like McDonald's rarely would give out coupons, but occasionally they would, especially like right around Christmas. And I would always, like, it would be a buy one, get one free, any McDonald's sandwich that you want. So I would always get like the steak, egg and cheese bagel because it was like the most expensive one they had on the menu. And like getting that buy one, get one free, it's kind of like, all right, score. Now everything's moved over to their app. Like, man, this is not opening up well at all. Okay. This dude knows how to package cards up right here. But my little Ellie slid out. It's okay. Take care of you, little Ellie. Back in your case. I'll probably keep buying some more Ellies too. There's more Ellies I'm gonna go after. Let's see, man, McD's. Yeah. They're not as innovative either. I think that they're trying to take the in and out approach where they want to simplify their menu and not make things crazy. Like Raising Cane's, In and Out, I mean, they're not all the way there yet. There's still some diversity in the menu, but there's something about like that business model where you're like, you do one thing and you do one thing very, very well. That's kind of, I don't know. I feel like that's McDonald's MO lately. They're trying to maybe streamline the menu a little bit. All right, so that was a freebie, and these are the next two that I got. So Aaron Judge, this is his Heritage. He has like 3 of these. So HMT 40 and then a Bowman Chrome. So I've got like maybe 20 of these things coming in. And again, PSA 10s on those. Check out the prices. It is probably going to be one of my bread and butter cards of this mail day as that card. They just do so well. You all did write the same thing. Dude, McDonald's breakfast, you cannot beat it. Like, I know it's people don't like McDonald's and they're like, give me something else. McDonald's that's where it's at. All right, Trevor Lawrence Optic. These aren't bad if you can get them centered, but centering on those is not great. I think so. This is a card I'll talk about. These sets right here, I know people have said base is dead. People have said, hey, you can't grade this stuff anymore. I think prices on this stuff have crashed so much. It's almost reversed too hard, too fast. Like, yes, there's a lot of this stuff out there. Yes, if you grade it and you take it to a show, you shouldn't take this stuff to a show. It's not special. I mean, you take it, whatever. But that doesn't mean you can't buy them and grade them. Like, I almost think this stuff is now too cheap. It's getting to the point. I mean, I was seeing Mac Jones Optic rookies at the show this weekend for $7. Now, granted, it's Mac Jones. But, I mean, Trevor Lawrence, I think I bought a couple of Trevor Lawrence ones for like $9. And that's like, I don't know. I mean, how much lower can you go on that stuff before it's, considered a good deal to buy again? Well, I mean, I don't know. I think we might be there. And it just depends on what gym rates look like, and it depends on, how quickly you can get some of this stuff graded. But at the same time, you don't want to burn people. I mean, so here's something else I'll talk about too. So going back to the question about $18, is that good right now? Yes, that's great. I'm glad that PSA grading is getting cheap. But I think that there is a huge looming threat to PSA over the next couple of months and maybe the next year. The biggest threat to PSA is PSA's success. It's not going to be the economy. It's not going to be, SGC lowering their prices or Beckett. Nobody is going to mention this or talk about it, but just think about it. If they are grading 1 million cards a month, that is enough brand dilution for their product to crater demand, because essentially it's not a collectible anymore. I mean, there's 350 million people in America, and they are grading 1 million cards a month. It's 12 million cards a year. I mean, just think about, it's just mind-boggling. They're just the amount of cards and volume that they are putting out. I mean, it makes no wonder that whenever you grade cards, eventually those prices go down in 6 months. And we are now going to be in an era moving forward. It was never like that before. You could grade, like even in early 2017, you could grade this card and the value would still maintain despite there being, a couple hundred of them out there. But if they really are going to start pumping out 10,000 PSA 10s for every single ultra modern card, values will not sustain. I don't think they're gonna continue to just kind of go down. Let's see. Heard everyone at the industry summit in Vegas was. Yeah, dude, I was there. See, I didn't even know that was the industry summit. I just thought it was going to be a cool card show, but it turns out it wasn't that great. I'll do my recap on it. I'll do my recap. I mean, I got some purchases, but it wasn't worth the flight up there and the flight back in the same day. Let's just put it that way. I mean, I'm glad I've got some stuff. Now, this is collectible. Max shirt, well, I don't know about now. After his meltdown, it may not be collectible. That's a little bit more off-center than what I'd hoped. But I like buying that type of stuff. I've always bought that type of stuff. And it's always held its value, like, really, really, really well. Been looking at Eli autos, but his prices are out of whack. PSA 9s are going for higher. Just, yeah. I haven't followed Ellie in the past I have enough Ellie right now where I haven't looked to buy any more autographs. I mean, I've got probably too much Ellie, I would say. And speaking of Ellie, yeah, I mean, I'm still getting it in the mail. Yeah, it's weird. If PSA 9s are higher than raw, at least like a substantial amount, that is kind of weird. But stuff like this, I mean, as long as these don't crater too much, I mean, this went from being about $150 PSA 10 to now we're down to maybe in the 80, 90 range. That doesn't need to go any lower. If it keeps going lower, it's like, okay, not good, not good. But yeah, going back to the show paranoia, not good, man. At the same time, it could just be a West Coast thing, though. Because I talked to a buddy who, I think Zinnia in Ohio had a show this weekend, and he goes and buys and sets up, and he said, you know, the show was doing pretty well, especially if it was like low-end stuff, like $5 to $50 stuff, which that's a theme that we're hearing across all shows, is that like the low-end stuff is what's doing well. The high-end stuff, not doing well, not doing well. I mean, nobody wants to sink a bunch of money into cards and it be, you know, somewhat volatile right now. But the low-end stuff, it's okay. Dude, that's some strong tape. That is some strong tape. There we go. Don't know what card this was, but probably ain't worth anything. Oh, nice. Look at that. It's kind of cool. Red. Red freebie. So who is this? We've got Alex Newhook. Got a couple of his PSA 10s that are coming in. Optic base and Donner space is a nice grade flip. Yep. No, definitely agree. Definitely agree. The base for Donruss, definitely a good flip. If you get the right players, you can't overspend for it, though. You definitely can't overspend. What I like about base Donruss is the parallels, like the yellow proofs. Yellow proofs, the yellow background is usually pretty easy grade. Once you start getting into the blue proofs and the greens and reds or whatever, the issues with the borders, those kind of pop up a little bit easier. This is a guy I really like. James Wood, really like that dude. Not bad at all. So yeah, the yellow proofs are definitely a nice one to get because they're going to bring a premium over the raw stuff, obviously. So, all right. Let's see. I might mix it up here, and in between, I'm going to open up a couple of the more expensive cards just to see. We'll mix it up. We'll have some, you know, open a box or two of these, and then open a couple of those. That way, it's like, all right, let's get some big hits. It's kind of like the big hit out of the pack. Come on. What in the world, dude? Whew. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Trey Lance. Base. Too bad he's basically injured for the year. Yeah, I like rookies and star base too. All right, let's get one of these guys. See what comes out of this. Let's rip it. Okay. All right. Let's go for the flip. What we got? This is like an autograph card. Or this is like the big hit out of a box. What did I get out of this one? Oh, Aaron Judge, X-Fractor. Not bad. I actually bought one of these and it got rejected the other day. I don't know how or why. Seller was confused, but it got rejected. So PSA 10s on these, about $500-600. You can buy them around $250, $300. So, and they should be pretty easy grades. Let's grab another. Let's see, what's this one? Grab one more. I've also, somebody else asked another big card that's in here. I've got a Mickey Mantle 1/1 relic card also. It's buried in here. Wonder if it'll be one of these. Let's see, let's see. Nope. Ooh, Aaron Judge. Nice. Aaron Judge autograph. So that's one of the, I've got like 4 or 5 of these, I think. Well, not 4 or 5, 3 or 4. So Topps Pristine Aaron Judge autograph. This, I think, is like a short print because you don't see a lot of these coming out of this product. You see a lot of some of the Hall of Famers and stuff like that, but Judge doesn't have a lot of autographs out of this. Let's see. Morning, Fraylin. How's it going, dude? All right, let's see. I'm curious if Fanatics will have new rules. I'm assuming they're going to... Dude, I hope so. Hope so. But, you know, I was thinking about this the other day. Anybody here have Spectrum internet if you're on the East Coast? So I don't have that on the West Coast. It's called Cox internet, but East Coast it is called, I think a lot of markets have Spectrum internet. Well, in Kentucky it used to be called Time Warner Cable before Spectrum bought them. And Time Warner Cable was actually pretty good. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was good. It was acceptable internet. But then Spectrum came in. And Spectrum spent a lot of money for Time Warner Cable, and they had this big marketing campaign saying, "Ooh, look, we have a new name, new logo, same internet, same price, yada, yada, yada." Fast forward 2, 3, 4, 5 years, now Spectrum internet sucks. It's twice as expensive. Customer service sucks, and people are like ditching cable left and right. So it's... I hope that that's not a Fanatics analogy where these guys just overspent for a bunch of money and their main ploy is because we have the exclusive licenses and nobody else can compete with us. I know, Spectrum sucks. Morning, Nukem. Yeah, you can relate. So I'm hoping that that's not what happens with Fanatics, but they have a monopoly on it, just like cable companies have monopolies. And guess what? We're at the mercy of them. I mean, just look at the MSRP prices of the card of the boxes that are coming out nowadays. And I just look back and I'm like, the quality of this stuff is so bad and the prices are so high. Yet people keep buying it over and over and over. And it's like, guys, you can't, I don't know, nothing's going to change unless people stop buying wax at these prices. So yeah, I hope that Fanatics has some rules, but until the consumer, the end consumer changes things, it's just not gonna, nothing's gonna change. And that's what's gonna have to happen, unfortunately. Okay. Nice. Got another Cedar Young Guns. So I'm not really looking at these cards to see if they're gradable or not, but assuming that they are, and I hope that they are. I mean, saw somebody had a good run of these that came through. So these are probably the 2 guys I went after the most out of that Young Gun set. Is the Detroit kids. I think they're both Detroit, right? Yeah, pretty sure. So yeah. So that's the analogy I thought of the other night whenever it came to Fanatics. And what's happening with them. Anybody see a sports card radio about Ken Golden? I know a lot of people don't like sports card radio, but some of the stuff he puts out is absolutely hilarious. And it's this all the stuff I'm thinking in my head, and I'm like, you know, I actually kind of want to make a video like that. But dang it, he beat me to the punch. So funny. If you haven't watched it, I highly encourage you to check it out. It's really, really funny. The interesting thing is the home shopping network deals that occurred back in the day we used to watch those all the time as a kid. So I would work with my dad and we would get a little bit of money. So, you know, every now and then we would end up buying some stuff on Shop at Home Network. So we got a ton of stuff from Ken Golden, from Scoreboard, all those boxes that he used to sell, like the Scoreboard PPF with the potential to get a Honus Wagner, like bought all that stuff. So, I mean, some of the stuff we have is legitimate in terms of, I think my dad ended up getting like a Joe DiMaggio signed 8x10, Shaq autographed basketball. I think there was an Allen Iverson autographed basketball because that was back whenever they were rookies and younger and weren't exclusive to anybody. But I remember the bankruptcy story that happened with Scoreboard, but I didn't hear about I didn't know the details of the forged autographs that came, where people literally had a certificate of authenticities, but essentially dealers were just forging autographs and attaching like Ken Golden's sticker to it, and that's just insane. So yeah, it's very, very shady. And I mean, the antics of trying to hype up a card that clearly is a $1 or $2 card and try to sell it as a $500 card on Home Shopping Network. I mean, even back then I could see through it. So the thing with Ken is, yes, he is a used car salesman. His used car sales tactics got him all the way up to drinking champagne with Drake and opening Flawless. And it's like he's doing the maximum amount of good and harm for the hobby at the exact same time. And that's the same with like Sports Card Investor. That's the same with Gary V. Like for the amount of good that they do or have done, it's also equally bad because it's what's causing these speculative bubbles. Like the ride up, it's very, very good, very, very fun. Everybody's enjoying it. You know, drink champagne, everybody, but the ride down, not gonna be good, not gonna be fun, and it's gonna be painful. But, I mean, yeah. Mike Trout Prism. So it's a first year Mike Trout Prism. So yeah, I'm just curious if anybody else had seen that video. And it just, so I think that what a lot of people were pointing out was it good that Nat associated with someone like him with PSA, because PSA owns Golden now. And I mean, I go back and forth on it. I'm okay with it as long as Nat is the one that's calling the shots ultimately. So the ride is all bad. Yeah, man, ride's horrible. Ride's very, very bad. Man, especially if you buy some stuff like this and the guys get injured, then it's a really, really bad ride, unfortunately. Well, that's okay. That's the reason why a lot of people are checking out this channel, is because even though the ride can be bumpy, you can still withstand the bumps. As the ride is bumpy, you can withstand it, hopefully with some nice grading and good purchases and just buying the right items and just not getting burned. Now this not the right item, not the right item. Bought that right before he got hurt. I know. There's gonna be some dumb ones in here. And I was not a believer in him at all. I kind of wanted to get some stuff of him, and I'm actually, in a way, not glad that he's hurt, because I don't want anybody to get hurt. I'm just glad that he's not playing, because it gives him about another year of hype. Because if he played right now for the 49ers, that guy's not good. Trey Lance is not good at all. I mean, there's quarterbacks out there who are saying, you know, got all the athleticism in the world, but what's going on between the ears? He doesn't have a good computer upstairs. You don't want evaluators saying that about you. Not good. So yeah, Trey Lance, get out of those as quickly as you can. Let's see. The thing about me is I bought some raw Trey also. Yeah. I mean, if you buy raw and then you get a couple tins out of them, I mean, there's going to be collectors. There are going to be people who actually think that he's going to do well. And I just don't think he's going to do well. So he may do well, and if he does well, great for I actually would love it if every person that I sold did well. That way there's not any buyer's remorse. I don't want to sell stuff that eventually goes down and people will get mad and leave the hobby because they lost a bunch of money. And I'm kind of afraid that's the direction that we're going in right now. Is baseball. If you look, for those of you who follow some of the message boards, there's a good thread the other day. Like, what are some of the surprises or disappointments of the baseball season? And for baseball, man, there was not a lot of good out of the baseball season outside of Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. But then some of the mainstay guys like Fernando Tatis Jr., oof, hobby below. Juan Soto, yeah, he had a WAR greater than 5, but it was kind of disappointing. He batted like below 250 or something like that. Ronald Acuna Jr., kind of not that great of a year. Vlad Guerrero Jr. had a decent year, not out like take the hobby by storm, but a very, very productive year. Mike Trout got hurt. People are like, oh my God, he may not play again. Well, he ended up with almost 40 home runs, so he salvaged his year. But like the big guys who drove this hobby and the speculation, they kind of. I'm gonna open this one later. It takes a little bit longer. Let's get another box. But that's kind of the point. Is a lot of guys just didn't live up to the hype in terms of really needing to keep that momentum going to drive hobby and to drive sales. It was kind of like Shohei, Aaron Judge, or bust. And the hobby needs more big ticket guys to do well in order to drive hype and drive speculation. It's basically just Aaron Judge and Shohei. And I don't want the same thing to happen for football because it could start doing that. Like last night, anybody watch the Lamar Joe Burrow game? I mean, none of the quarterbacks look that good. I mean, neither one of them. That primetime game did not help card values, in my opinion. Josh Allen's game, that helped Josh Allen. I mean, he had 4 touchdowns in the first half. Gonna be a big one against Chiefs next week. We're gonna see what happens there. But oh, nice. Okay, Shohei. Nice. Speaking of my boy Shohei, nice little mini. So we need some guys to pick it up and play, and that's what's going to happen in the hobby. Is what happens with all of this overprinting, all of this parallel dilution, and players don't perform. Oof. Because we've had an explosion of like youth in the hobby and like superstars. We haven't had any dry years like in basketball where, if you remember between 2007 and 2008 after Kevin Durant's year all the way up until, well, 2008, 2009 was a good year. There's a couple of dry years, like 5-6 years where it's just like, this is not good. I think this is a cool insert. Golden Nuggets, Tom Brady. So I have like 4 of those coming in. So yeah, we need some good stuff to happen in sports to keep people engaged and keep people interesting. So, or at least interested. And Tom Brady right now, he's kind of struggling. Tom Brady was supposed to be a safe bet in a way. I wouldn't say he's struggling. He threw for 350 yards, but it wasn't pretty. And he's got a lot of negative press right now with his divorce. So we need our athletes to do well, essentially. Nice little Shohei. Otherwise, I mean, we could have some lean years in terms of hobby speculation. Let's see. What do you think of Jake Vogel? Honestly, I don't think I've looked into Jake all that much to see. I mean, I've heard of him and I've followed him a little bit, but I haven't looked into him enough to give a really big educated opinion, to be quite honest. I think I may have seen him a little bit and maybe passed. I don't know if it was the price or the stats, but I'll take a look at him later on today just to do another evaluation, just to see. Problem this year in baseball, Soto down year. Yep, Tatis down, Acuna still finding power after surgery. Yeah. And those are the guys who people have all their money in. I mean, and then every single premier auction, every single golden auction, there's a gold refractor or orange refractor of one of those guys. And it's like, okay, they're not playing well. People continue to offload their high-end Bowman Chrome, and the prices just keep going down. It's like, ooh, this is the first year where stuff's not doing well. And the Honus Wagner card last night, I think there was a, PSA 1.5 Honus Wagner that sold last night for $3 million, a little over $3 million. And that was apparently like a 50% reduction. Like the value of that dropped 50%. in just a short amount of time. I don't know the details, but just something I came across this morning. I'm like, ugh. So we're in a pretty weird place where cards are actually going down for one of the few times in a while. I mean, they've been going down for the past year, but like consistently just going down, down, down. Yep, way too much supply. I agree, South Florida. Totally. Baseball guys, year, Mookie. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Mookie's like, it's like every other year, it seems like, that they're good. I mean, Mookie did kind of have a decent year this year. And if they win with another one with the Dodgers, maybe he gets a little bit more collector base. I don't know. For some reason, Mookie's not as collected anymore. The guy literally was a Red Sox guy who could have been the next Jeter. Even whenever he was there, nobody collected him. I mean, I don't want to say nobody collected him. I collected him. But his market was much lower than what it should be. I guess that's kind of the point I was making. Now he goes to the Dodgers and, I mean, won a World Series there. You would think that his stuff would be a lot higher than what it is. But, come on. Lots of tape. Let's see. Next year's NBA is going to be nuts. Oh, I know, dude. I can't even say that dude's name, but he looks like a freak. I hope that he's not a big letdown, though. We don't need a letdown in basketball. So, I mean, we need Zion to hit. We need Ja to keep doing Ja's thing. We need Anthony Edwards to keep being Anthony Edwards of the playoffs. You know, and we need that kid to do what he's doing right now. Dude, I can't do it. All right, I'm going to open that one later. Sometimes I spend a little bit too much or too long on cards. I'm like, all right, I can't do this. Off to another one. Let's see. I'm debating on picking up some of his autos. Yeah, no, I'll take a look at him and see. Because I'm curious now. This is nice. So this is not a rookie Aaron Judge, but this is a second-year Aaron Judge. It's a rookie cup. These always do very, very well for slabs for collectors. It's a great collector set. Combination of Aaron Judge, combination of it being a collector set. It's also the second-year rookie cup. Those are usually pretty collected cards, especially if they're graded high. Let's see here. So once we get through this box, we'll go probably open a few more of our expensive ones. Man, these guys. There we go. Justin Herbert. I think I have a couple of these Herberts coming. He didn't play that well. So going back to the football thing, he had like, what, 220 yards? He almost got beat by the Browns. I can't remember if that was a missed field goal game yesterday or what, but they won 30-28. But I mean, it was an ugly game. They were getting beat the entire game. So we've got more Lucas Raymond. Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting year in basketball. I think Steph Curry is probably going to be one of the better buys. Maybe Kawhi Leonard, because Kawhi was out last year and he's like sight unseen. Kawhi's never had a really good collector base, but he's basically going to go from no attention to a little bit of attention. Like these stuff. Panini Ohtani rookies are a little bit under the radar because they're not MLB licensed, but getting some serial numbered Ohtanis, not a bad idea, man. Not a bad idea. Ohtani is the man. He is the man. What's this? Ooh, Tale of Fortune, Aaron Judge. Is that a rookie or is it not? Yeah, it is. I was about to say. Couldn't remember if it was or not. Cheap insert. Grades pretty well. Love it. Not bad. You see so many of these things, this hobby armor. Whoever came up with this, I'm sure they're out there on Instagram or whatever. I'm sure they are doing very, very, very well. There's a lot of this stuff out there. More Ellie. De La Cruz. Thanks guys for, if you're just tuning in, so I'm going through my mail and I'll show everybody a little bit of a glimpse of what all we got to go through here. And that's all that we've opened so far. So going through about $60,000 worth of purchases that will have a conservative estimate of post-grading value of about $100,000. So anticipate grading fees of $18 a card times about 600 to 700 cards. Can't do that math right now, but it comes out to be a pretty high number. It should be around a $28,000 to $30,000 profit conservatively. That's anticipating that some of the Aaron Judge stuff is gonna go down by the time that I get it back. But that's just conservative estimates. But it's a lot of work going through a lot of this stuff. Now if you all hear a moan coming through, it's my cat, man. He's like around, how old is he? He's like 16 or 17 years old, but he has really, really bad kidneys, and apparently 2 weeks ago it caused retina detachment. So he is now officially blind, which absolutely sucks. So he's just not been able to see at all. So if you hear an animal, that's the kitty cat. Let's see. Sold high dollar Mark Jackson hoops, both score 90, rising rookie star. Nice. Was the Mark Jackson, was that the one with the Menendez brothers? Is that the one, or am I thinking of a different card? What cards of Steph's do you buy? Yes. Panini rookies, absolutely. Because early Panini, that was Steph Curry's rookie year, 2009. That was second year Panini. Sorry, first year Panini. Because they also had Topps Chrome and he had Upper Deck. So I like some of his Panini rookies because it's the first year Panini. It's still, you know, it wasn't really all that speculated or graded, and it wasn't overprinted. But I actually like some of his parallels. Like if you have some of the early parallels from 2013 to 2017, I think that's a good little area to stick into. Yeah, that's right, Joel. Everybody smash it. Smash it. Definitely appreciate that. NFL QBs take time. People are speculating on volatile position that takes years. I agree, Toa. That's the game that it's become, though. It's like every single game, it's like do or die. Because, you know, people have, I guess, equated it. Performance is what drives cards, and they've taken that quite literally, where it's literally game by game. They don't understand an Aaron Rodgers getting beat by Daniel Jones, that can happen. Like, cards should not tank like 50% overnight because Daniel Jones beat Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's called Any Given Sunday. I mean, it is what it is. So that's the thing, it's just so speculated. Wins and losses, so speculated. But there's a really, really good analogy. Like most buyers, again, that's what makes cards in a way better than stocks. And I don't say safer. I don't mean safer, but in a way better, just because if you think about it, stock purchases are very much so analytical. I mean, you're looking at price to earnings ratios. You're looking at, is this a product that this company makes that's gonna be something that's in demand for the next 5-10 years? Cards, it is literally capitalizing on people's emotions. So Sunday football happens, a quarterback has a big game, Josh Allen throws for 4 touchdowns. What do you want to do? The human emotion in you says, you know what, I want to be a part of this, and I want to go and get some skin in the game, and I go to eBay and I buy a PSA 10 Josh Allen rookie. So that's the thing, is whenever you're selling this, you're capitalizing on people's emotions and not necessarily the sound analytics. So that's what is good, but if you don't do it right, it's also bad, because you can get burned by that if you're potentially the person buying at the wrong time, or if you're not really getting those people who are, you know, playing well to capitalize on people's emotions. Thank you. Thank you. Max Scherzer says thank you. That's funny. Oh, Jose Ramos. I forgot I had that orange sapphire autograph. Forgot I had that one coming in. He had a good year. Under the radar prospect. Very, very good year. Oh, let's open some of these guys and put them here. Let's get some bigger items. Let's get a priority box. Maybe I have something good in it. Let's see. All right. What do I do with my box cutter? Box cutter is gone. Poor little kitty cat. Did I hear? Yep. I'm in the Phoenix area. Right now, I'm not in the Phoenix area. I'm in Kentucky because this is where mail gets shipped to. But yep, I'm in Scottsdale. Just funny, if anybody wants to know what Scottsdale's like, South Park did a really good good skit on that. So encourage you to YouTube it. It's right on the money. It's really funny. Come on, nice. I got Patrick Mahomes. There we go. Sweet. Hopefully I didn't bend it trying to open it up. All right, so we got some patty cakes. And more patty cakes. Still buying some Mahomes. Not letting anything stop me. Not letting a Colts loss stop me. They have just as good of a chance to get this as anybody, in my opinion. All right, let's get some expensive ones here. So the post-grading value estimates, I mean, again, that's assuming that I can get some of these cards to grade, again, the way that expect them to grade. Obviously, not every card is going to be gradable, so once I take some people out, or take some cards out, that's going to change what it'll look like. But, whoa, this is weird. I don't think I've ever seen this. So this is eBay Authentication. I think it's eBay. Or unless they, I think they reuse this. Man, you cheapskates. You cheapskates. Spam. Great. Hopefully that didn't, let's fix this. Lightning. Headphones. Other device. Thank you, Spam Call, for ruining my stream. Appreciate it. Love it. Alright, let's see what's in here. So this guy reused an eBay thing. Thought it was from eBay, but this is just a reused mailer. Yes, all these are buys from eBay. Oh, so I sold this on eBay and it got returned. I don't know why. Does it say why? Let's see. Yeah. So I think the reason why is I think that I accidentally sent the wrong serial number because I sold like 3 of these, and I think this one I sold the wrong serial number. So PSA rejected it. Thanks, PSA. You literally graded this card, I sold it, and then you rejected it. I appreciate it, PSA. You guys you're doing great. eBay Authentication, saving the world out there. Appreciate it. Let's see. Get these scissors. So now I gotta go back and sell it. Not really a big fan of eBay Authentication program. Think it could be done a little bit better. So this is Larry Walker, Topps Pristine. I mean, you can buy these things for like 15 bucks. I'll do that. He has some collectors, I think. I like him. One of the best hitters for the Rockies. All right, I'm in need of a garbage bag. Shohei Topps Chrome. PSA 10s on those are down to like 120, which is crazy. Literally 2 months ago, they were like 250. But that's the market. That is the market. So let's see what we have here. This is, that's not what I got. We got a garbage bag. More cedar. I appreciate that. Thank you, Pops. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, once I finish this one, I'll grab some. So I got the family in with me too, so I think later on today I might have them join, see if they want to help open some cards. So my dad, he's a collector too, or he was back in the day, so he's got a really, really nice collection from stuff from the 90s, from all the cards that we used to open up back in the day. All right, fragile. See what we have here. Mac Jones, pink. All right, we'll clean up a little bit of this stuff just to get some more space. There's a lot of trash. A lot of trash. I think usually by the time I'm done with this, I have like 2 garbage bags full of bubble mailers. So the bad thing is, again, if a seller sends me the wrong card on accident, it's kind of tough on them. And I feel bad for them because, again, I'm not really able to open this stuff up as quickly as I would like. So, kind of is what it is. All right. I'm gonna have to check the time on this as well, just so that we can maybe go a little bit longer, and then I'll have to rejoin maybe for Monday Night Football. We can get some open by then. Okay. Got a little bit more room made up. Still a little bit messy. Okay, let's get these cards moved over. Everybody say bye-bye to Max Scherzer. He's going in the garbage. Anybody want him? Anybody want these freebies? These Charles Barkleys? I usually get so much of this stuff, I just have to toss it. So, unfortunately, I can't keep a lot of that stuff around. Unfortunately. Let's see, time. All right, 10:35. Probably go for about another 20 minutes because I have to log on and work remotely in about 20 minutes. So let's see how much more we can get through here really quick. And some of these bubble mailers are just... There's an armored tank. That is a very, very good question. How do I give track of feedback? Man. So what I'll basically do is I'll go through and I'll account to make sure that I got every card that I want. And once I make sure that I have every card that I'm supposed to get and I do my accounting, I will just make sure that there's no big issues with any cards. All right, trash, 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 trash. And if there's any big issues with any of the cards, that's when I will see if it's still within the window to do anything about it. I mean, most of the time, quite honestly, it's not. Like, the window's kind of closed, which is not good. That's why I'm hoping that people are pretty good about sending stuff in. So if it's a condition issue, there's usually not much I can do about it because the card's already kind of in hand. So that's a big risk for me, a huge risk. And I don't really encourage a lot of other people to do that. I don't like doing it. Luckily, it hasn't burned me all that much. But assuming that I got the card and there's no big issues, and let's say I bought 20 of the same card, I'll just leave positive feedback for everything. All right, let's open something a little expensive. A real expensive, not a return expensive. Let's see, so this was received, or this was sent on 9/2 from eBay. So, this one's definitely a final buy. Oh, nice. Another Aaron Judge. So this one is Lone Star Signatures, and I think it's serial numbered to 25. Is that right? Oh, 5. That's right. 1 of 5. Nice. Very nice. So these are some of the types of cards that I'm going to end up, if I do a graded PSA break and I sell slots, those are kind of some of the big ticket items that I'll put in as like hits. So depending on what the price per slot is, I'll have, you know, some combination of hits that look like that are in the break. So it'll be like a really cool autograph number to 5 or something like that. Okay, let's grab another stack of cards. Actually, let's just bring that one up. Whew. Man, this is daunting, dude. There's so many cards. How come you never buy graded? Aren't you a long-term believer that already graded cards? No, I'm not. I am not. I mean, let's not put it that way. It's not that I'm not a believer in graded cards being valuable. For the right cards, yes. It's kind of like everything, like it's the right cards. I think grading is the best way to maximize a card's value. Now, whether it maintains that value or not, that's totally up to the card. And for most cards, I think the answer is, quite honestly, no. The reason why the answer is no, especially today, is they're just making too many cards. So, like in the early 90s, late 80s, like that's junk era, what you would consider junk era production. But grading saved that hobby or that market. I mean, if you look at, let's say, even a PSA 10 tops traded Barry Bonds Tiffany rookie, that's still like a $3,000 card. Now, yeah, it's gone down in value, maybe like $2,000 or whatever. It's gone down. It's still, you know, it trades at 4 figures. Whereas before, when grading didn't happen, that was not the case. But there's always going to be price fluctuations in the cards. So that's why I like grading. But the problem is, even with something like this, I mean, and that's off-centered, so it's not even going to be gradable. I mean, there's just going to be so many PSA 10s that are out there that it's not something I would be like, okay, because it's a PSA 10, it is now a safe investment. I would say it's the safest place if you're going to invest as opposed to raw. It's definitely going to be safer than raw, but it's all going to be dependent on the card itself, in my opinion. And the factors that go into that. So is it a rare card? Is it a desirable card? Is the player the right player? Is it autographed or not? Is it serial numbered or not? Is it from the right sets that are collected by collectors? So there's just a number of factors that once you get a card graded, it opens up a whole different line of questions that you have to answer. There's a way around eBay authentication if you sell in lots. Yep. I agree. I've seen that. Like I bought, just the other day, I bought 3 Patrick Mahomes. So if y'all look on eBay, over the weekend, there's a lot of 3 Patrick Mahomes optic rookies. I bought those, and those are not going through eBay authentication. I paid $8.25 for 3 of them, and those are bypassing eBay authentication. And I'm okay with that because I want to get them while I'm here in Kentucky. Gotta start getting ready for a doctor appointment. Yeah, man. Appreciate it, Freeland. Definitely thanks for stopping by, dude. Always like it whenever you're joining the chat. So, hope the doctor's appointment goes well, man. Here's some L.A. de la Cruz Sapphire. So that's an example. Sapphire. That L.A. de la Cruz Sapphire, the very first Sapphire PSA 10s that came out, were in the 400 to 500 range. That card now is trading at 150. So if you were investing in that card as soon as the first cards came out on the market, not good, not good. Now that there's a lot of them out there, it's stabilizing. And so again, there's a lot of factors: supply, condition of the cards, collectability of the player, is the player hot or not. So there's a lot of stuff that kind of goes into it. So that's why I don't buy raw, or why I buy graded. Because to me, the short-term value gain, Tyler, what is wrong with you? Come on, learn how to open this. The short-term value gain is maximized when you grade a card. It's not buying graded and waiting for something outside of your control to make it go up, such as player performance or speculation. I mean, the things that drive card values is all speculation. It is, yes, player performance does it. People talking about someone on ESPN in a favorable light does it, but that's all creating speculation and driving speculation, which is great. I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you have to wait for that to happen. That's external to your personal control. Ooh, got something from Topps. What'd I get from Topps? What'd I get? Redemptions. I think I know what this is. So, I don't want to wait for that. I'd rather create my own value in a way that I can. Yeah, that krill is nice, Joel. Very, very nice. So those of y'all missed that. What did I do with that? Yep. So this is a nice card. Gareel Kaprizov. Very nice. So straight from Topps. Are you serious? Is this? Oh, this is not from Topps. I was about to say, there's no way Topps is sending me this. Come on, dude. You can't give me a top loader and penny sleeve for an Aaron Judge green refractor mojo number 99. Come on. Like, I appreciate the foam, I appreciate the wrapping, but just a penny sleeve and top loader. That'll do. That'll do. That'll make sure nothing gets dinged up. Overboard. Overboard. No need for all that. Is nobody else buying Aaron Judge? Am I the only person? He hit 62 home runs, and everybody's like, we don't care. That's what it feels like. I go to the show, and there's like no Aaron Judge out anywhere, even if it's just base cards. They're all still buried in dollar boxes. I mean, there's one guy at the Vegas show who had some pretty high-end autographs, some rookie stuff. He had, Derek Jeter, Judge, dual autograph PSA 10, which... So, I mean, there's some like one dealer like that, but what in the world is this? Weird. And that's wrapped up like it's going to war. I'll open that later. Trying to go through some of these really, really quick. Ain't got time to spend a lot of time opening up some of this stuff. Okay, what do we got? Yeah, man, I like doing it, Dwayne. Appreciate it. It's a lot of fun, especially if there's any types of questions that other people have. So more Quentin Byfield. Yeah, if people have questions or any thoughts, it's kind of basically just like a card show, right? Like you go to a card show and you just talk about cards to dealers or traders or whoever it is. So, oh yeah, Chris. Yes. I mean, I didn't mean to paint the picture as gloomy as it was, but it was just not what I was expecting at all. And the dealers as well. Just the way that it was being advertised and marketed, it was kind of scary that it was that low of a turnout. I mean, literally the general admission doors opened at 11 a.m. And the line to get in for general admission, I swear to you, was like maybe 50 people. And I was just sitting back thinking, there's no way that this is what this looks like. There's no way. Surely there's going to be more people coming, but And eventually traffic did pick up a little bit, but that show was, I feel for whoever the promoters were, because if they needed more attendance to pay for their show, I don't know how they got it, or if they even did get it. And I'm speculating there. I'm not saying if they did good or bad. I have no idea, but it'd have to be disappointing on their part for the low turnout. And dude, I don't think that there should be that many shows as there are. I really, really don't. I get that people are using shows for tax evasion. I get that. They want cash. Totally get it. But seeing the same cards over and over and over and the same dealers over and over and over, just, I don't know. It would have to get old after a while. And I don't know if it's just fatigue from that with a mixture of, at least out west, gas is $5 a gallon minimum out west. I mean, I come back here and I look at the gas stations and it's $3.20. I go to McDonald's and I can get $1 coffee. Out west, it's $3 for the same coffee. Like, I don't know. So every time I come back, I'm like, man, the cost of living out here is so cheap. But out there, it's just, I mean, some people were driving from California and they were like, the gas driving out here was horrible. They're like, we have to sell so much stuff just to cover, you know, our expenses. And that creates more problems because a lot of people, because they feel that pressure to cover their expenses, they're not, like, the tables are full of overpriced cards. So it's like, if the cards are overpriced and you can get the same thing on eBay for a fraction of the price, it's like, what's the benefit of a show now? Like, because, I mean, yeah, I don't know. So it's in a weird spot. Very, very weird spot. And that's just a sign of the economy. And ooh, look at this. I got a free J-Rod. Somebody gave me a free J-Rod. How nice of them. How about that? With the Jackson. Okay. I actually might send that bad boy off. Appreciate that. That's pretty cool. Don't see many good freebies anymore. I mean, it's not that expensive of a card, but I mean, I'll take free J-Rods. Who else in basketball with you besides Curry? I would say Giannis and Nikola Jokic. Those have probably been the two people I've bought a little bit the most of. There's, I have been getting some 90s. I got some Tim Duncan stuff coming in. There was a seller recently who put up some late 90s Tim Duncan stuff, early 2000s, Chrome, with like Vince Carter and Kobe. So I bought a bunch of his stuff. So kind of more 90s refractors, but of today's players, I would say Giannis, Nikola Jokic, and Steph Curry. And I think Nikola Jokic mainly because he's already got an MVP. I don't know if he'll ever get a ring, but I mean, him being I think he's Serbian, I want to say, but him just being a European player with an MVP, he kind of has that Dirk Nowitzki type feel a little bit in terms of collector base. So I just kind of see him as like somebody who, it's like a modern day Dirk. Now I think I saw the other day California gas hit $10 a gallon. This is one specific gas station, one specific part of California. Literally, so in North Scottsdale where I live, the cheapest gas, whenever I left, was $4.99 a gallon. And I'm out here, it's $3.29. I'm like, dude, a couple months ago, we were the same price. Like, what in the world is going on? This is a first off the line parallel Mac Jones. This box right here is probably going to have some duds in it. This is going to have some duds, I can tell. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Let's do 3 of these. I didn't know I had 3 of them sitting there. Let's go ahead and open these up. I got more of them over there, too. Let's catch up some comments. What I don't get is the dealers who are not willing to come off comps. Yeah, those people, dude, they don't know what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing. If they are not willing to come off comps, trust me, it's only going to get worse. I mean, I get if you want to trade at comps. And it's so funny. I had a conversation with a dealer from, like an old school dealer. He was in from the Bay Area at the show. And he was like, I hate the term comps. My cards are fairly priced. If people don't like it, they can leave. And his cards were very fairly priced. I bought quite a bit of stuff from his place. But if people aren't willing to come off of comps, then I don't know what to say, man, because it's only going to get worse. L.A. de la Cruz, Mega Green. That was nice. It was really, really nice. Dude, I got a ton of his parallels. Got a lot of his parallels. There's probably going to be more of those in these boxes, too. So if anybody likes Ellie's, I'm going to have a bunch of them. So I saw that. I saw, like, some cards in slabs that had stickers of $300, and the cards are literally $100 now. I mean, we're not talking even close. Not even comps that were 8 to 12 months ago. We're talking not even the same league. Like, people asking legit premiums for cards because they're here. Oh, that's a nice one. There we go. Sweet. Mikey. I really hope this one's gradable. This is such a bold, nice autograph. No, it's not. It's got a small streak in it. As soon as I say that, I'm like, oh, it's got a streak. It's okay. That's a Mike Trout autograph. I think I have a couple of these coming in. So, Mikey. How are you, Mikey? I'm glad that your career's not over. I think I bought that card right whenever he was having career-ending back discussions. That's what people thought. Oh, his career's over. Back. All right, I think I've got like 5 minutes. I think I can only open 2 more things and go through the comments because I got to hop on a call here in a second and do my actual real job. But I'm going to hop on again later on tonight. Probably either before, during, or after Monday Night Football. We'll see how bad the Chiefs beat the Raiders. That one probably should not have gone through eBay Authentication. I don't think that card's worth it. But Warning Bertabel. Come on. Yes, this is a green. What is this? So it's green refractor. Let's see. Consider the majority of people lack common economics understanding. They'll go broke hoping for price recovery, but simply don't have the time, bandwidth. Them. Yeah, totally. I agree with you, Bryce. That's the thing. Like, people don't know how to, just cut their losses. Money today is more valuable than money tied up in a depreciating asset from yesterday. Just is. Like, if every single second is a new evaluation period. Like, as of today, you look at your inventory and you're like, okay, I made these decisions in the past. Could have been 10 seconds ago, 10 days ago, 10 months ago. Okay, that decision is made, but now I can reevaluate. Do I want to move forward with holding or selling? And what does the outlook look like? There's 2 outcomes. If I hold it, what is the probability that it's going to go up? If I sell it, what is the probability that I can use that cash to do something better? And most people have no idea how to do that because they are so emotionally invested in whatever purchase it is that they made. It's like they would rather just ride it out. And it's like, dude, it's going to be painful. It's going to be painful, especially for some of the stuff that some of these people have. Like, the stuff that a lot of people have, it's not gonna do well during down times. And a lot of this, the way that I say that, it's not to discourage people, but a lot of it's just ultra modern stuff. I mean, if you go from dealer table to dealer table to dealer table, I mean, you'll even see some of it here. I mean, this is common. This is not rare anymore. So, I mean, you just got to be very careful and have a game plan. Speaking of which, it's so not rare. I got another. Yeah, so these purchases are early August. So you can see that's early August. August 11th. So I'm still buying some of the mega stuff at this time. Ooh. Let's see. Just sold Luca PSA 9 courtside for $700. Took a $1,400 haircut, but I know what I need to do now to get back even on that loss. Man, I was gonna say I don't even know what the 9s for that went for previously, but dude, I think 700 is actually probably a solid number today. But it's just, man, yeah. It really, really, really sucks to see how things have gone up and down, and you can't really put blame on one person. Things went up way, way too fast, and a lot of it, again, the economy, the free money, free spending, asset prices going up, but now asset prices correcting, but also just the speculation, the people who just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And I hope that I didn't necessarily send that message of like investing. Pretty sure that one of my more popular videos back in pre-COVID and directly after COVID was saying you shouldn't invest in sports cards. There's a lot of, not a lot of downvotes, but there's a lot of criticism of it. But flipping sports cards is good. Investing in sports cards, not so much. I don't think I would ever name my channel Sports Card Investor. That does not mean that certain cards are not investable, but there's just not as many investable sports cards. Like, there really aren't. I mean, if you think of investable athletes, like, who is the main athlete who like owned all the market share in the 90s? In basketball, it was literally Michael Jordan or nothing else. It was literally Michael Jordan or bust. So, I mean, today it's very, very hard to just spread stuff around and say, hey, I'm going to invest in all these players. I mean, it's just not how it's historically worked. It's not like a stock. It performs like a stock in a way, but eventually performance, I mean, you have to be at the top in order to have prices keep going up. And unfortunately, it's not going to happen for every single player. That's why I don't invest in things. I will invest in the premier premium players, but I will not invest broadly in cards. Like, I like to do this to flip, because other people may say, hey, I want to invest in Trey Lance. I don't want to invest in Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance is not a good quarterback. I'm not saying that because he's injured. Like, all the information coming out of the spring was that he was not a good quarterback. I don't know if Jackson is ever going to make it, but I know that he's going to be probably a top 5, top 10 prospect in the spring. So I'm going to flip it to someone who wants to invest in him. I'm not investing in these players. So that's always been my strategy, is I know who the people want to invest in because they have played well. And occasionally I'll have some people be like, you know what, I think they're going to be good in the majors. So like, depending on where they're at in their prospect life cycle, where I gain confidence, I'll jump in and buy and try to grade to then feed investors. But it's like, I've never been the type to invest in stuff. I'll keep stuff for my PC, things that I really, really enjoy. But that's the whole invest in sports card thing has helped drive the run up, but it's also a humbling reality to many who are seeing the crash. And it's just because a lot of the stuff is not as rare as we need it to be in order for it to be investable. So I don't know, it's kind of like it's a crap way to end this, but unfortunately I do gotta call it so far. So just for those who are jumping in, I have a lot more to go, and I have double this upstairs. So we're going to resume this. I have no idea how many parts this is going to go through, but we'll probably jump back on either later today around football time. So if anybody's going to be here later on tonight, this is all going to be here. So feel free to tune in. Got a ton more cards to go through, a ton more of these boxes straight from eBay. So there's going to be a lot of expensive stuff to break. So this is just part 1. We'll do part 2 later on today, and we're probably going to have to do a part 3 tomorrow at some point too, because there's no way I'm going to be able to get through all this stuff. I do, Dwayne. I'm a pharmacist, so I got to go sling the pills to pay the bills. Yep. Appreciate it. Let me go through some of these comments really quick. No, it's over 2K. I wouldn't pay over 5, so yeah. Yep, so definitely. Morning surprise too early, and I'm hanging out. I'm a collector and not a flipper, and invest on Hall of Famers, but not likely to come back up regardless in price. Yep. Thanks, Joel. Appreciate it. Digging the mail day and content, especially discussion. Yeah, absolutely. Love chatting with you guys. Definitely appreciate it. Good watch. Definitely chat with you guys later on tonight.